First Lady and I were taken very well care of very quickly rushed off the stage. Vice President JD Vance, who's here, was likewise beautifully done. He was just saying how quickly. Well, thank you very much. That was very unexpected, but incredibly acted upon by Secret Service and law enforcement. And this was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way it did, because the fact that they just unified, I saw a room that was just totally unified. It was in one way a very beautiful thing to see. A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly and have just released, for purposes of transparency, clarity, I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now, put out on Truth and put out on many other platforms. A tape showing the violence of this thug that attacked our Constitution, and also showing how quickly Secret Service and law enforcement acted on our country's behalf. Really did a great job. One officer was shot, but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close distance with a very powerful gun, and the vest did the job. I just spoke to the officer, and he's doing great. He's in great shape. I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different, because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before. But everyone owes a tremendous debt of gratitude to the courage of law enforcement. First Lady and I were taken very well care of very quickly rushed off the stage. Vice President JD Vance, who's here, was likewise beautifully done. He was just saying how quickly everybody acted, law enforcement, Secret Service in particular in this case, but law enforcement. Marco had the same thing. Pete was there. Pete didn't want any help. He didn't want anybody to help him. He doesn't want anybody to help him, but he did get some, didn't you? And I think you also said that it was very impressive. So with that, I'd like to ask Todd Blanche to come up, say a few words, and tell you it's already underway. The man has been captured. They're going to his apartment. I guess he lives in California, and he's a sick person, a very sick person. And we don't want things like this to happen. I think it's very important that I say, though, and I told the representatives of the evening, they did such a beautiful job. It was such a beautiful evening. And again, they're talking about free speech in our Constitution. That's what it's all about, not just White House correspondents. They are fighting with each other. There's tremendous infighting. They're probably fighting for leadership. In many cases, I think they're fighting not to be the leader, because we knocked out 2 levels of leaders. But I'll deal with whoever we have to. But there's no reason to wait 2 days, have people traveling for 16, 17 hours.
On Iran, as you're figuring out who is in charge, if the hardliners or IRGC-aligned leaders have greater power in Iran, can the U.S. make a deal with those factors?
Whoever's running the show.
Are we debating with those
Deal with whoever runs the show. They don't know. They are fighting with each other. There's tremendous infighting. They're probably fighting for leadership. In many cases, I think they're fighting not to be the leader, because we knocked out 2 levels of leaders. But I'll deal with whoever we have to. But there's no reason to wait 2 days, have people traveling for 16, 17 hours. And we're not doing it that way. We'll do it when they want. They can call me. We have all the cards. We've won everything. We have all the cards.
Yesterday you said to Reuters that we're dealing with who is in charge now. What changed from yesterday to today?
Nothing. It's just that they gave us a paper that should have been better. And interestingly, immediately when I canceled it, within 10 minutes we got a new paper that was much better.
What was on that paper, sir?
We talked about they will not have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple. Look, that whole deal is not complicated. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple. We want to beat China at the industry. We're leading with crypto. We're leading with AI. And I really feel I have an obligation from this. As a president, I have to be able to make sure that all of our industries do well. Crypto is a big industry. It's become somewhat mainstream. The banks have it. People have it. And I think as the leader of the country, we want to lead in AI. And we're leading China by a lot in AI. And we're also leading in crypto.
Ya pemirsa, untuk mengetahui lebih dalam mengenai upaya perdamaian antara Amerika Serikat dengan Iran, kita telah terhubung dengan pengamat politik Timur Tengah, ada Pak Nasir Tamara. Selamat siang Pak Nasir, apa kabar?
Selamat siang Bu, kabar baik, terima kasih, apa kabar?
Kabar baik juga. Pak Nasir, ini delegasi Iran tiba di Islamabad, Pakistan. Apakah mereka akan benar-benar segera berunding dengan Amerika Serikat? Jika ya, apa yang membuat Iran ini mau akhirnya ke meja perundingan, sementara sebelumnya Iran menyatakan tidak mau datang?
Kemlu Iran mengatakan bahwa mereka tidak akan mau bertemu dengan delegasi Amerika Serikat. Jadi nanti dalam pertemuan itu adalah Pakistan dengan delegasi Iran, kemudian Pakistan akan disampaikan oleh Iran apa-apa yang mereka hendaki. Nah, lalu delegasi Pakistan sebagai penengah akan menemui Amerika Serikat menyampaikan apa yang dikehendaki oleh Iran. Dan kemudian mereka juga akan mendengar apa jawaban Amerika Serikat. Posisi Iran pada saat ini adalah mereka tidak mau berunding selama blokade di Selat Hormuz itu belum dicabut dan selama ada tekanan-tekanan. Jadi mereka menggunakan pihak ketiga, dalam hal ini perunding dari Pakistan. Kelihatannya yang sangat ingin supaya gencatan senjata ini menjadi perdamaian adalah pihak Pakistan, karena mereka sudah mempertaruhkan semua jalan setelah ditempuh agar ini menjadi kenyataan. Namun Iran merasa bahwa mereka tidak bisa percaya pada Amerika Serikat, karena kalau Jenderal Amir yang dari dari Pakistan yang jadi perunding mengatakan bahwa semua oke, tidak akan lagi ada gempuran dari Amerika Serikat. Namun bisa saja Trump mengubahnya, karena tidak ada seorang pun yang bisa menebak apa yang ada di kepala Presiden Amerika Serikat. Ini risiko yang diambil oleh Pakistan. Seandainya Iran diserang oleh Amerika Serikat pada waktu perundingan sedang berlangsung, Pakistan pasti akan kehilangan mukanya dan kehilangan kredibilitasnya. Dan ini bisa saja terjadi. Karena itu kedatangan Menteri Luar Negeri Abbas ke Pakistan itu disebut dengan perjalanan ketiga negara, perjalanan ke Muscat, Oman, Turki, dan Rusia, dan Pakistan juga.